Student Activities Committee, IEEE India Council, and Assistant Professor at Neta Subhash University of Technology, Delhi. I also want to thank the team who helped us put this workshop together. Mr. Arunya Paul, Chair Digital Affairs Team, IEEE AP MTT-S Bhubaneswar Chapter, Student Advisor to IEEE KIIT SBC, IEEE Day Ambassador, and IEEE MTT-S Ambassador 2025. Sri H.K. Rothor, Advisor, IEEE Bhubaneswar Section, and Chair, IEEE Computer Society Chapter, Bhubaneswar Section, and IEEE Day Ambassador for the year 2025. Dr. Sudhakar Sahu, Chair, IEEE AP MTT-S Bhubaneswar Chapter. Thank you as well to the IEEE KIIT Student Branch Committee and to every volunteer, staff member, and student who has supported us. Over the next few hours, we'll be hearing about practical programs, evidence-based approaches, and technology-based solutions that relate to mental health, resilience, and women's empowerment. We'll look at how engineers and technologists can work with educators, NGOs, and policymakers to develop interventions that are both scalable, culturally appropriate, and sustainable. So now, to start the workshop, I'd like to invite Dr. Chinmay Panigrahi, sir. Dr. Chinmay Panigrahi is a professor and director at the School of Electrical Engineering at KIIT deemed to be University. He holds a BSc from Sambalpur University, ME from VSSUT Barla, and PhD from Jadavpur University. With over 32 years of academic experience, his research interests include soft computing, power systems, renewable energy, battery management systems, deregulation, and smart grids. Dr. Panigrahi has supervised 29 PhD and 72 MTech scholars and published over 180 journal papers and 140 plus conference papers. He has received several awards, including Outstanding Scientist Award and the Best Teacher Award. He currently serves as the Vice Chair for IEEE Bhubaneswar Section and the Chair for IEEE PES Bhubaneswar Chapter and the Branch Counselor for IEEE KIIT Student Branch. He is a Senior Member of IEEE, Fellow of IE, and a Life Member for ISTE, ISLE, and SESI. Dr. Panigrahi has also participated in international academic visits to the UK and Germany for research collaborations. We'd like to hear from you, sir.
I think there's a network problem on Panigrahi's side, so he will join sometime. You can move on to 𝐤𝐤-𝐻, he is there. So if you can go to his bio.
All right. So we have with us Sri H.K. Rothor, sir, who is the former director for the Integrated Test Range, Chandipur, DRDO. He holds a BTech in Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering from Sambalpur University and an MTech in Telecommunication System Engineering from Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur. He had been working as a scientist with DRDO, New Delhi, India for the last 25 years in various capacities. Over the course of his career, Mr. Rothor has held various important roles at DRDO, serving as the director of the ITR range DRDO till 2024. Please address us, sir. Rothor, sir, we are eager to hear from you.
I think again network errors. Actually, it is raining heavily in Bhubaneswar, so we can move on to the honorary speakers.
All right. Now I'd like to invite Dr. Chinmay Shah, sir. Chinmay Shah, sir, is a professor at the Department of Avionics at IIST Thiruvananthapuram under ISRO. He's serving in the Administrative Committee of IEEE MTT-S and as the coordinator of IEEE MTT-S Region 10 and chair of IEEE MTT-S SIGHT. Professor Saha's research spans wireless power transfer, metamaterials, reconfigurable antennas, terahertz systems, and microwave components for space applications. He has authored over 210 publications and 3 books, and serves as associate editor for IEEE Access and IEEE Microwave magazine. A senior member of IEEE and a fellow of IETE, he has held key roles in IEEE Kerala section and founded the IEEE MTT-S and IEEE EMC Kerala chapters. He has also served as the Region 10 coordinator for IEEE APS. His recognitions include the AICTE Vishweshwaraya Best Teacher Award, the IETE Professor S.N. Mitra Memorial Award, and several IEEE Best Paper and Service Awards. I request Dr. Chinmay Shah to address us.
Good afternoon to all of you, and good morning to Professor Siddiqui.
Yes, good afternoon.
Kingston, yeah. I know it's very early morning for him, but still he has joined. So I wanted to, convey my special thanks. And one of the leaders of our society, for Antenna Propagation Society, for Microwave Theory Technology Society, and also is the current chair of IEEE Antenna Propagation Society SIGHT Committee. And most importantly, he has helped the Indian community in various ways. And he is one of the candidates for the ATCOM election, which is currently going on. And tonight is, in fact, the last few hours left. So, as an Indian and as a responsible IEEE member, it is our duty to ensure the IEEE societies are run by proper people who are technically focused, who have this passion to serve the humanity and also for the technology. So he's the most right candidate. So, it's not part of my today's talk or agenda, but I request all of you to, spread the news and cast your vote, which is very important. Okay, so let me...
Thank you, Chinmay. Thank you so much for advocating my case.
At the beginning, let me thank the team, the Bhubaneswar section, and especially the young stalwarts, young students, young champions, I would say, like Arunya and others who have taken this, initiative to have this event on this special day, IEEE Day. IEEE Day is basically a kind of celebration of volunteership. And as you know, the tagline of IEEE is the technology for the benefits of humanity. So we all, the engineers, the professors, whatever IEEE society we are working on, we are most focused on technologies, and we try to work for development of new technology, academic research, industrial research. These are all technology focused. And sometimes we have a focus of publishing our research output, of course, because that is one of the criteria, one of the metrics by which an academic institution or an individual is graded. So we always look for publication. At the beginners, young students or young PhD students, we try to participate in conferences. As we grow or as we mature in terms of the work, our next focus is to publish in journals. And later on, we try to do some patents and so on. And now government is giving a lot of focus on a TRL level, that is the technology readiness level. How matured is your research is measured by another new matrix, that TRL. The newcomers, you should be aware of this terminology and so on. So typically the academic and now government is giving a lot of focus at low TRL level, TRL level 2 or TRL level 3. When you reach TRL 8 or 9, your research is close to the industry ready, and then that can be converted into a product. You can, if you have a good idea, you can have a startup and you can try to have your own companies and all. So this is what the ecosystem of technologists, the professors, academic institutions, or even most of the industries are focused on. But we never think of how the technology can be deployed for the benefits of humanity, which is the tagline of IEEE. How sometimes very known technologies, very well-known concepts, low-cost solutions can be used for deployment in society, for humanity, and solving some of the burning problems, some of the challenges by a pilot project. Because at the end of the day, we have limitations. We cannot solve all the problems of the entire world, the whole population. We won't be able to do. But as an IEEE leader or as an IEEE volunteers, IEEE soldiers, our goal is also to spend some of our time, some of our technological time, technological innovations to connect with a societal problem where we can show the community that yes, this is a solution of an existing problem, and those problems can be picked up by different kind of calls which are run by different IEEE organizational units. Like for example, myself and Professor Siddiqui are representing the SIGHT of Microwave Theory and Technology Society and Antenna Propagation Society respectively. There are other similar organizational units within the IEEEs, like we have HTB, Humanitarian Technology Board, we have HSC, Humanitarian Activities Committee, and other IEEE societies sometimes also joined hands together to come up with different kind of projects. So today, I just want to request all of you to think that how we can deploy our concepts on our technological work for solving a societal problem. And this problem you can see based on your locality and what is the demand, whether it can be a school, it can be some kind of local community problem, it can be telemedicine, that a very successful work that Professor Siddiqui has done. It might be a smart classroom, it might be having some typical problems that rural schools students, especially the girl students, sometimes faces in terms of hygiene, in terms of different kind of issues. It may be a smart sanitary machine or vending machines for napkins. I mean, there are so many things, and we can take examples from the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals of UNESCO. So they have different kind of problem statement. We can take some of that and try to solve the societal problem. So I want to just tell you my story, and then I'll make a small presentation. I'll not present all the slides. So I basically come from a very rural school, and if I tell you my early career, my very tender age when I was growing up, many of you might have similar kind of situation, but we struggled even to get a proper meal on a daily basis. That's the background I have, at some significant part of my life. I struggled even to purchase my books because my father was unemployed for some significant amount of time. Finally, he was a bank employee at a very low income category, of course. And then I have gone through the typical poverty, that I think India has really improved now. Now we don't see at least the people who are not able to give foods because government has created so many schemes and all. So I am telling that I come from a background, and I personally feel when I have of course different kind of support, help from rural schools, from my teachers, from the entire fraternity society I have got. And when I look back, I always feel like being an electronics engineer, I always feel like we have to have a strong feedback mechanism. In electronics or in a control system, or in any engineering, if you don't have a feedback mechanism, the system is not stable. So all the systems will always should have a feedback. So in my case, what I want to emphasize by saying feedback is to give back to the society. So when we are professionals, we are matured, and we have some kind of stability in our life, or we are also earning. I'm coming to the direct way of telling, we should have a mechanism to give back to the society. So that is how I feel the SIGHT, the Special Interest Group on Humanitarian Technology of IEEE Wing, is a fantastic platform where we can work for the benefit of the humanity. We can use our technological ideas and the IEEE platforms to really cater to the society. And it's not just local, it may be shown at a local scale, we can take it to the global scale. Like some of the projects we have run from the Antenna Propagation Society, Professor Siddiqui will be telling about his experience, and I know some of his fantastic work, and my own experience where I have, some kind of projects we have launched through the IEEE Microwave Theory and Technology site projects that can actually have a big impact. And some of those projects has been so successful, it has been adopted at IEEE level, and it was not confined just in India, it has gone to outside. Those projects, ideas have been implemented in Africa. Even you won't believe, people think that US means everybody is very rich and things are very rosy, which is not the case. Even in US schools, we have done smart classrooms, we have done in Brazil, we have done in our other neighboring countries, even in some of the European countries. So I'll give a small presentation, and then I'll probably hand over the podium to the next speakers, probably Professor Siddiqui, to talk about. So before, I just wanted to conclude the comment when I was talking about my stories, early career stories and all. So whoever are present in this podium, senior people, professors, and matured people. I know my very good friend, Dr. Ashutosh Kedar, is also present over here. He's one of my very best IEEE friends and IEEE colleagues. We are working a lot of things together. So our ideas and ideologies are very common. We want to do technology, and at the same time, we reserve a significant amount of our time for deploying the technology for the humanity. So in a nutshell, I want to request all of you to be a very passionate IEEE volunteer and leader, and please spend some of your time thinking from the SIGHT aspects, that is the humanitarian technological aspect, and try to be part of this big platform that we are trying to create. So with this, let me just allow me, I think I have the privilege. Let me share my screen and tell you a little bit about what we do. Arunya, how much time do I have?
So you have 10 more minutes.
I have 10 minutes. Okay, so this is a presentation on MTT-S site, for which I am the current chair of this committee, and also I have this position of the Region 10 coordinator. So this is in a nutshell. You can see the site is a special interest group on humanitarian technology, and this committee is comprising of different members from different regions. As you can see, IEEE has 10 different regions. Very soon we'll have one more region. 11 regions will be there, because region 10 is so big in terms of members and in terms of geography. The region 10 will be divided into 2 regions. So India will be coming to the new region, which will be region 11. As you can see that this committee that I am chairing, we have members from different parts of the globe, and you can also see some of the people, some of the familiar faces from Antenna Propagation Society also, and we have representation from US, Mexico, Brazil, Poland, India, of course. And this is the current committee that we are having. And in this committee, the core is basically the humanitarian technology, and we are having different verticals under our core to support conferences, to support workshop, to have projects which are for grounds at the ground level, for schools, for villages, for rural places, telemedicine to smart classroom and so on. And then we also joined hands with HTB, Humanitarian Technology Board. As you can see some examples, that you can see that conference, panel discussions, so many school students, and we had a meeting with HTB. You can see that some online discussions are going on before we launch the projects between the chair of APS and MTT-S site and some of the members of the Humanitarian Technology Board of IEEE. So this is our core focus. We do, keep application focus, education focus, conference focus, membership and geographical activities focus. And of course, through this, our goal is basically to inspire and motivate the students, the young professionals, the volunteers. I call them the local champions. And we have a detailed website where you will get all the information about our activities, about the committee, about our mission, about the projects that we have sanctioned. So this is a snapshot of our website. And as I said, we do a lot of workshops during the conferences. You can see a few examples. Like last year, MapCon, we had site-funded workshops where the people from antenna and microwave societies joined. You can see we had huge number of students attending this particular event. But this is something for which I'm really proud of. You can see a collage of some of our projects that we have deployed over last few years, last couple of years mainly. And you can see these are rural schools. Some of them are girls' schools. Some of these are for primary schools, upper primary schools. And we have gone, our president, Dr. Gautam Chattopadhyay, our past president 2023, Dr. Nunu, Professor Siddiqui, you can see some of the other known folks for inauguration of such smart classrooms. And these are very low cost, typically a $2,000 kind of support. And we have done the rooms there. We have given the smart TV. We have given the internet connections. We have sometimes the apps, educational apps and so on. And I have been very proud to visit some of these inaugurations, and still it is going on. And this is something which is very close to the heart of our committee. And because I was talking about my background, I also studied during my undergraduates BSc Physics honors. I was in Ramakrishna Mission, Calcutta Students' Home, and as you all know, that is a charitable organization, international organization. So we joined hands together to do few projects. One of the projects was in Belghoria Ramakrishna Mission Students' Home, where our current president Maharaj, Badal Maharaj, our president MTT Society, Gautam Da, and myself and Dr. Siddiqui, actually brother of Professor Siddiqui, was present. He is a cardiologist, very famous cardiologist. So he was very kind to participate and come and talk. So you can see that this is not a very highly valued project in terms of money, in terms of quantum. It's hardly 1.5 lakhs, which is around $2,000. But if you see the impact, because all these students comes from a very rural and financially challenged conditions, they get free educations in this Ramakrishna Mission. Having a smart classroom there have actually enabled their teaching learning to a great extent, because many alumnus, many professors, many experts are taking and engaging these students in online mode through the smart classroom facility. As I told, we are having projects now in different countries outside India also, as you can see, Canada, Indonesia, India, US, Brazil, and so on. These are some of the statistics we have. I want to just tell you very briefly. We have sanctioned 75% of the projects in 2024, and we have some other kind of opportunities where HTB, APS, and MTT-S joins hand for projects which is slightly higher in terms of quantum, $3,000 to $6,000. So this is one of the recent inauguration, the site project. She Learns, which is a smart classroom project in Bankura, And then we have done similar many other projects or workshops at IIT Kanpur, in Hyderabad, as you can see. So this is an ongoing process, and this is one of the workshops that was done in 2025. And 2025 also, again, we launched the call for projects. We have, we really are not that much of financially strong, but we have a good amount of budget, and we have created 3 different categories of the project: micro, small, and regular. And we are supporting this type of projects. But if you have a better plan where you need some more amount of funding, feel free to reach out to us, and we'll be very happy. And we have sanctioned projects this year again. We have 40 applications, and we have supported around 21 applications, and these are some of the sanctioned projects in 2025. And I don't want to take much time. I just want to tell that you please go to our website, see what are the opportunities, what are the current projects, opportunities that you have. Please write a proposal, submit to our committee. We'll be very happy to support you. And we also report our activities in MTT-S magazine, and the outcome of the projects, etc. So with it, I just want to thank you, and I want to mention the name of Arunya, Professor Ratha, and other people for involving me in this particular meeting. And that's it from my side. Please feel free to reach out to our committee. The committee students are very active. We also publish our opportunities through LinkedIn and social media. So you can subscribe our LinkedIn pages to get updated about the thing. So that's it from my side. Once again, thank you for the invitation. And I'll be very happy to sometime the KIIT again there in the last 2 years, but I'll be happy to visit you again. But this time probably to inaugurate some site projects along with our society leaders. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor Chinmasa sir. Thank you.
Thank you so
for your
much.
nice presentation.
How are you?
Fine. Okay. Now we feel that we are in tremendous pressure. As conference is also coming soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Shaha, for your address. Now I'd like to invite Professor Jawad Siddiqui to address us. Dr. Jawad Siddiqui is a senior member of IEEE. He is an associate professor at the Institute of Radiophysics and Electronics, University of Calcutta. He is working as a senior researcher at the Royal Military College at Kingston, Canada. He has more than 150 publications in peer-reviewed journals and conferences. His research interests include printed circuits and antennas and radars. He is a member of IEEE Eta Kappa Nu. He was a recipient of 2022 Institution of Electronics and Telecommunication Engineers SN Mitra Memorial Award for contribution and leadership role in radio broadcast science and technology. He was awarded the 2022 IEEE SIGHT Volunteer of the Year. He is also serving as the chair of the IEEE APS SIGHT Committee. Please, sir, kindly address us.
Oh, thank you so much, Pradeep and Arunya and IEEE Bhubaneswar Section, members of IEEE Bhubaneswar Section, members of the student branch chapter of the BES MTT-S chapter that's recently formed. Thank you for inviting me. And as you know, Professor Shaha has already said a lot about the committee and about the SIGHT committee. SIGHT, as you know, is an acronym for Special Interest Group for Humanity and Technology. And he has so aptly said that, you know, the requirement for the society in sync with the tagline of the IEEE, Advancing Technology for Humanity. You know, and why we do this and why, you know, it's very imperative for all members, student members all around the globe to be a part of this, you know, to follow the motto of that's been said by this committee and by the philosophy of this committee and why we are doing this. So this is so important. But before, you know, enhancing on or adding to what Professor Shaha has said, and discussing about my committee, I would like to, if you go to the title slide of this workshop, could you highlight that in this presentation? Yes. So this workshop is entitled Special Workshop on Human Development, Mental Wellbeing, and Women Empowerment. So we are also celebrating the IEEE Day. Now, talking about human development and mental well-being and women empowerment, I know there are esteemed speakers who will be speaking on these topics. I'd like to highlight this year on this mental well-being. It's so important, and I'm so glad to see that this term has been used for under the auspices of IEEE and for this workshop. And mental development is such an issue, and it has been under the carpet for long. And I think it's time that we really talk about it and use technology for the benefit of how we can reach to people or to students or members, even non-members all around the globe, to address this issue. Mental well-being, being is an issue which there has been documents. If you go with people, those who understand or those who go through these manuals of mental well-being, there's a manual called Diagnostic and Statistical Manual that has been used by psychologists, by counselors all over the world. If that can be used through technology, and this information is propagated to several students and children and all around the globe, even adults around the globe, it will benefit them a lot. So this is a fantastic workshop, and the use of this term, I'm very glad that you have used it. Coming back to my association with IEEE and IEEE SIGHT, again, as you know, that SIGHT is an acronym. It's about humanitarian use of technology. I have few slides, but our committee, the SIGHT committee, is under AP Society, like you have under MTT Society, but SIGHT also has its own standing under IEEE, under the Humanitarian Technologies Consortium. And SIGHT groups, we encourage several chapters and IEEE members around the world to form SIGHT groups and take advantage of the offering or of the funds that we offer through projects, through call for projects, through call for project proposals, and it comes out through MTT-S, through APS, and around the year. Other than SIGHT committee, we also have another committee called COPE under APS, which stands for Committee for Promoting Equality. We have this committee is equally funded, and we also have a call for proposals through this committee. The smart classrooms that was shown through MTT-S, there has been, we have been partnering with MTT-S and APS to provide the smart classrooms around the globe. Especially we started in India, and it has really catched up, and it has served well for the underserved community around the world. We also have project proposals for a poster competition. We also encourage poster competition for students around the world, for chapters around the world to conduct poster competition. And through those poster competitions, we select the best projects, and we ask the winners to apply for a full proposal where we can fund and then like some very deployable projects. Now, one of the terms that Professor Shah used was TRL, that is Technology Readiness Level. And that is so vitally important because as academicians, we always look for research which could culminate into some publications. But TRL levels will indicate how deployable your idea is, and how marketable it is, and also how patentable it is. Now, patent is something which I would encourage these young researchers and young students to see, and their technology level. If they can get to that readiness level, then it can also be used for their own benefit. But at the same time, when we look for project proposals, we also have to ensure that these are deployable. So because there's a significant amount of funding which goes into supporting these projects. So these are my thoughts, and I can share some of my slides which would give you an idea of the kind of project that we support and what our committee really works in. So is my screen visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay. So again, I always give a, a theme to my presentations. So from our society, we call it empowering communities through technology. So I'm the chair of this committee along with Satish Sharma, who is the vice chair, and we have a committee for, for 2025, vast galaxy of these are the scope of our society, our topics that we encompass, the whole AP society. We have members from the world. This member count was 10,000 in 2022, but it's 14,000 now. We have chapters around the world. Now, these are the committees that we, I did with. I'm steering the APA SIGHT committee as well as APA scope. So again, the tagline for IEEE is advancing technology for humanity. We encourage, the projects on these themes of energy, healthcare, sanitation, interconnectivity. Through COPE, what we do, we try to mitigate inequality in terms of gender, race, and geographical locations by several initiatives. We also emphasize on STEM education. We go reach to underserved region and motivate students to take STEM education. Okay, this is to grow our human resource worldwide. So we have several charters of our committee for SIGHT and COPE. Now, one of the things that you may notice here is we support, whenever we call for, there's a call for proposal, we support humanitarian projects which are aligned to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So these are the committee members. I'm coming to these goals. These goals are vitally important. One is the deployability of the project, which we mentioned. That is, how deployable your project is whenever you apply for a fund or, respond to a call. But the project must also align with the United Nations Vision 2030, that is the 17 sustainable goals. Okay, so some of the goals that we really emphasize on are number 3, good health and well-being, and this also includes the mental well-being. That's the theme of the workshop today. We emphasize on some projects on quality education, gender equality, clean water sanitation, affordable and clean energy. Of course, this can all align through technology. Industry, innovation, and infrastructure, reduce inequality, sustainable cities and communities. You may know that IEEE has another consortium called the IEEE Smart Village initiative. And of course, climate action. This is a very important, vital goal, which we also need to mitigate and find deployable technological solutions to address those challenges. So we also partner for impact. We need to identify the needs, that is finding what is the challenging situation or something which needs to be mitigated, design a comprehensive approach, and it needs to show some metrics like the measuring and showcasing impact, like how many people does it impact and how many lives would it help to make better lives. We had a joint call for proposal with APS and MTT-S from $3,000 to $6,000. We align with IEEE Strategic Plan 25 to 2030. And these are the funding amounts we offer. We give anywhere from $500 to $6,000. We also give event sponsorship in terms of poster competition for $500 to $2,000. And through COPE, we give a funding from $500 to $3,000. So these are significant amount, but the project, the response to call for proposals should be equally appropriate. So yeah, it will go through an evaluation process and review process and provide and then we can, the projects can be accepted for funding. We also have young professionals, and young professionals are, a committee on young professionals. There are grants through young professionals for young members, student members, senior group. We have several grants for young professionals. We have undergraduate summer scholarship, APS doctoral research grants. We have travel grants through Rajmitra Travel Grant and CJ Reddy Travel Grant, Morgan Danishmand Travel Grant for women. I know this event is also sponsored by WIE. So we have 12 travel grants of $1,500 each annually, which is awarded to applicants for women applicants around the globe. We have APS Symposium Student Travel Grant Awards. Our APS membership is $1, so it's even MTT-S membership, student membership is $1. So it doesn't cost much to join APS and MTT-S for IEEE members. So this is the you can join APS and MTT-S societies. For chapters, we have several benefits for chapters: for chapter rebate, chapter special project fund, chapter travel grant fund, financial request for co-projects, site projects. We also had a nano VNA program through both our societies, APS and MTT-S, where VNA kits could be requested through by chapters. We provide $100 for each VNA kit, and the chapter can procure up to $1,500. 15 kits, that is, we offer up to $1,500. So these are the projects that we supported, some selected projects that we supported around the globe. This is one that I did in 2015, where it was a conceptual method to remotely monitor and diagnose vital cardiac signs in patients in rural India. And I gave a tagline of integrate wireless technology with existing medical application for betterment of humanity. So I went to a village to do this, and this project received significant traction and recognition over the years. This is a Eureka program which is done by the IEEE Pune section, and Professor G.S. Mani is at the helm of this project, and it serves a fantastic, it has a fantastic mission to educate, students, underprivileged students in slum areas around India. So this is another project by Pune section on SWAST. This is a smart classroom that Professor Shah was talking about. We funded a smart classroom in Kerala and also in Bengal, West Bengal. Project support projects on ham radios. So that's important from the point of view we encourage such workshops. Like, this is a poster competition. Our society was the first to devise, and it was my idea to devise, to reach out in local languages. So whenever we reach out, we know we are an English-speaking world in a region in India as well as in Canada, but there are several regions who don't speak English and some other languages. So when we reached out to Latin America, we had a poster competition in Colombia. We reached out in the local language in Spanish. And these are some of the photographs from those events in Colombia last year. And this is a site workshop for ham radio, which happened in MapCon in 2024, and we are planning for similar event in Kochi this year. And this is one of the site workshop in WAMS in 2025. You can see we also invite school students. So reaching out, training them young and, educating them and encouraging them in STEM education is so vital, is one of the mission of our committees and of our society. Of course, these are the flagship conferences which will happen in Kerala and in Kochi, and another conference, a joint conference, which will be held in Nairobi, Kenya. So thank you. So that is a brief overview of what we do and our committee do, and of course, my association with MTT-S and APS goes a long way, and of course, we work in tandem. Me and Professor Shah, Chinmay Shah, we have known each other for the last 20 years. And I'm thankful for all of you to, invite me to this forum and, showcase my bit and what our committee do. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful address. All the aspects you covered of APS, as well as all the side activities you have done and contributed across the globe, are truly insightful, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. My heartfelt thanks and congratulations to Professor Chinmoy Shah, he has been elected as ADCOM member from India, and that has well for a country the way it's progressing, and we need our voices to be heard at the right forum, at the right stage, at the right level. And like he has shown, and I'm sure there has been a huge background support from all the student members, all the members, MTT-S members from India, and let's hope that this legacy will carry on, and he'll set a
we'll have a celebration for your win also in Kochi, in MACCON. And also our good friend, our best friend, Dr. Kedar, also he needs to come to ADCOM now, either from AP Society or MTT Society next couple of years or so, because we need very strong Indian voices, because we are doing a lot of work on technical side, and we have so many strength in terms of so many verticals, so many members, so much of youngsters. You'll not see such enthusiasm anywhere. I am telling, I think Professor Siddiqui sir will also agree with me that you won't get that much of enthusiasm, young blood anywhere across the globe. So we have to make sure that we take the leverage, we take the benefits out of it, and we create better schemes, better platform, better schemes for young students, young professionals and all. So then society will be in much better hands, and Indian voices needs to be heard. So we have to work all together collectively. And in future, students like Apratim, Arunya, all should come forward in the limelight. You guys are doing fantastic job. That's what I want to say. And thank you again.
And then, yes, and reach out, and like next time I go to India, I usually land in Calcutta and reach out to other places. But I'll definitely
you must go to Bhubaneswar. They are fantastic people. You will be surprised to see your cutout on the street, and like we are really surprised. Arunya and Professor Shah's team really, the way they do it's very good, and we have to go all together and do a good event there for their
yes definitely. I'll reach out, because I gave a brief glimpse of what we do, but we can really have a good interaction. Like I said, or get the young minds like involved in our societal activities, and what better place than Bhubaneswar. Yes, another thing is that we south of India we have several active leaders, but we like Sudhakar, like in
Yes,
east of India, you're one of the leaders, so you should
definitely, sir. We'll be happy, sir, if you recommend that next MAPCON 29 in Bhubaneswar.
Okay, that'd be great. That'd be great. I really wanted to go to east of India too.
Okay. So you start preparing the proposal for that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have already started, sir.
Yeah. So we will definitely try to support our
sure.
Executive Committee member Dr. Kedar is present over here.
Sure.
Maybe I'll request him to comment. Arunya, please give the podium to Dr. Kedar for a few minutes.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. Pratim, you can just introduce, sir, and we can move on to, sir.
I'll introduce myself, no problem.
Okay.
So he doesn't need any introduction.
No, I do need.
They all know you.
Congratulations to Chinmay for the ADCOM, and I'm looking for the next congratulations to be given to Jawad after 1 or 2 days, probably. I'm hoping to see maximum Indian representation at the global level, and that is what is required. And I'm really impressed with the team like Arunya and his friends who were there with me in the microwave conclave. They've done an excellent job, really excellent job, worth applauding. And I'm not ashamed to say that if they were not there, it would have been a big trouble for me in Chinmay to organize this conclave. So thanks to Arunya and his team for making it a great success. And whatever digital things you're seeing from our side, it's all courtesy to Arunya. So thanks for. So we need more such volunteers. So I'm sure that Arunya will be developing more of people, students like him. who should participate with us in the future events and do excellent job. And I am also observing that for the last 1 year almost, I'm seeing a lot of activities from KIT. I've seen all the cutouts what Chinmay was referring. It was really brilliant to see those cutouts. I was also amazed that I hope that I was not knowing that Chinmay is going to contest some elections, but now I know why those cutouts are made. So Chinmay has finally won. So I think same cutouts you need to make for Jawad also, Arunya.
It's too late.
It's too late now, actually. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but anyway, but I am really impressed, and I'm this site actually is a very important part of IEEE site and co, because I can assure that in Bangalore also we have done couple of events which were sponsored by the site and co, and we have done excellent job in Bangalore, and I'm seeing now you guys are also doing. So it's a very important part of the IEEE which all of us should promote, because apart from technical, it is also important to work on the humanitarian aspects, to uplift our students and people who are not well exposed to the technologies which are very easily available in the few parts of country only, like you can say Bangalore, Hyderabad, Delhi, or some few places are only well exposed, but we need to take it all over the country. And I'm really glad that Chinmay, Jawad, Sudhakar, they all are doing such a good job, and we should further enhance on that. And apart from my side, I'm ready to support you people. And from DRDO also, if you need any support, please let me know. I'll be happy to take you people as interns and let you get exposed to our technologies at DRDO. And I'll suggest you people should work on some out of the box solutions proposed to us. We'll ready to finance your out of the box solution if we like it. We'll be very glad to incorporate that in our systems as well. So I want to see soon some proposal from your side also. So Sudhakar ji, you have to steer it now.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So that's all from my side, and I'm really good to see this issue. Best of luck for your events, and I hope more to see such great events in the future as well. And looking forward to meet all of you again in MapCon and work with you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Dr. Kedar, actually, we had a couple of questions for you.
For me? Okay,
Yeah.
please go ahead.
Like,
But I hope that keynote speakers are waiting, so let's listen to them first, right? We can reserve a question. I'll be there till then.
all right, sir.
Yeah?
All right, sir, if
Yeah.
you say. Okay, so now I'd like to introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. Sujata Gupta Kedar. Dr. Sujata Gupta Kedar holds a PhD in psychology, along with BSc and MSc degrees from the University of Rajasthan, where she was also honored as the best player of the college because she actively engaged in academic and cultural activities. She began her career at DPS, then she went on to work with Chetna, UNDP, UNICEF, and UNFPA on projects related to reproductive health, child welfare, and behavioral changes across multiple states. Currently, she is the Associate Professor and the Head of Department of Human Development at Mount Carmel College, Bengaluru, where she also supervises PhD research and spearheads initiatives on adolescent awareness, elderly care, and domestic abuse prevention. A founding member of the department, she has served as Vice President of the Human Development Association, an expert for UGC NET, TSET, and IGNOU, and contributes regularly articles to the Times of India. Her innovative toy concept, Gilli Danda, was selected for the Ministry of Education's Toycathon initiative. Kedar, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much. First and foremost, I just want to thank Dr. Chinmay for identifying me along with Arunya to talk on this forum, on this platform. And I also want to thank Dr. Siddiqui and Dr. Chinmay for enlightening me about the site activities I was not aware of. Thank you so much. And I also want to appreciate all the volunteers who have actually put this together for this IEEE day, this event. And I am sure with your busy schedules, all of you have really worked hard day and night to put up this event. Thank you so much. So I just would want to share my presentation. Something is not okay. One second. Why is it not happening? Can you see my slides? Can you
Yes,
hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
And you can see
We can.
We can.
Yes.
We can see your slides and hear you clearly.
I'm not able to put on a slide mode.
Yes, Didi, we can see your slide. Just make it
Right.
visible.
It's not happening actually. I don't know why. But
Can you click in a
it's not happening.
bottom side? Yeah, just go to
No,
the,
it's not happening.
just click there once. No,
Okay. Yeah. So I no.
there is
think
100% that there is a size bar. So there is a small icon.
Yeah, I know that, but it's not happening.
Oh, is it?
Ma'am, I
Can
think
you
you can
click
share the
F5?
entire screen.
Ma'am, you can just continue like this. It's not a problem actually.
No, I'll do it. 1 second. Just give me a sec.
Maybe you have to share the complete screen, not one.
Yeah, you have to share the complete screen.
Okay, fine. I'll do that.
Share entire screen. There is an option of share entire screen.
Okay.
Entire screen.
What is that?
Yeah. Now you come to your slide.
Chinmay sir, a very good evening. Professor
Hi.
Chinmay from KIIT University speaking.
Yes, yes. Good evening. Thank you.
Sir, how are you? I'm just listening to you. At that time, I was also busy with the different meeting. Then immediately I came and we were talking. I'm listening. So many
Thank
things.
you. Thank you. We'll
Sir,
discuss.
how are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good, good, good.
Yeah.
ठीक है चलो.
We'll continue later. Yeah.
Yes, please.
Perfect.
Now it is coming.
We can see.
Okay. Now can you see me?
Yes, yes, yes.
And am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. Your audible and screen is coming, ma'am. But we're not able to see you, ma'am.
You are not able to see me.
No, ma'am.
Okay. I'm so sorry for this.
No worries, ma'am.
Now can you see me?
Yeah, yeah, ma'am.
Okay, speak.
Okay. So I'm sorry, it's my first time. Sorry. Okay. Now can you hear me?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, yes, madam.
You can't hear me.
You are audible, madam. Please.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
And you can see me also.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Great. Okay. Wonderful. Dr. Jawad is actually helping me, so just a sec. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Sir, I think one of the
Mute,
microphones.
please mute from the other one. Other device you mute and minimize the volume of the other
Okay,
device.
hello. Can you hear me now? Twice it is. It's going.
I think here I left it. Now you see.
Okay, but can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you all hear me? No.
Yeah, we can hear you, we can see you, your slides are also visible. Hello, Didi, carry on.
It's okay. Okay, relax. No problem. It's here.
Where's your presentation?
It's on the WhatsApp.
I opened it.
Okay, I'll do it there only, no?
Okay, fine. You just talk to me. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Now can you hear me?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, just a minute. Let us reload the presentation.
Ashutosh.
Don't worry. It's okay.
क्या हो गया?
No, yours.
Okay. शेयर कर लिया?
Oh. Yes. Okay, Arunya, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
It's visible now?
Yes.
And we're audible?
And the
Yes.
fonts have all changed.
Okay. So just behave with some format changes.
Format has gone. Anyways, okay, so I'll start with my topic. So I'm audible, right? You can hear me?
Yeah.
And how much time do I have, Arunya? Hello?
Am I
Hello?
audible?
How much time do I have, Arunya?
Madam, it is about 20 minutes.
That is all?
Aranya, it is 20 minutes, na?
Sir, it is up to like 6:45.
Okay.
Okay, we'll do that.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll start engineering the brain of an engineer, and I'll start with that. So the question I would wanted to ask each and every one of you is, after you finish your graduation, what does a world expect from you? So you must be thinking about, there is a world which is waiting for you out, and that world is, so in that world you are the main protagonist, the main hero, right? And in around that there will be people. So there are industry giants, you are working with companies, big companies, so they have some expectations from you. Your parents, so they have some expectations after you complete your course. Your friends for sure are your big, are big supporters, and they have some expectations. Your teachers, your professors, your partners, so you're going to get married and all of that, so you will have your partners who will expect something out of you. Your employers, your collaborators with whom you will collaborate, and your colleagues, all of them will have a lot of expectations from all of you. So what are the skills that you actually learn? Few of the skills that you learn in college is analytical and logical reasoning, mathematical abilities, right? So you know how to break the problem into small steps and find a meaning to that, and relate to that, to different things. All of that because you are an engineering graduate and you have been taught in such a way that you learn all these skills. So your mathematical abilities are there, which is very, very important. You should know how to analyze and do things. Scientific acumen, the basics. So the basics of any science, whatever you're studying, should be there. So most of the times I hear all the big shots scolding their students because they don't know the basics. So each and every student should know their basics. That is what we expect. Technical expertise. So technical expertise in terms of your the technology. The technology is changing every day, so you have to keep upskilling yourself, and learning the softwares and all of that should be very important for you. And then attention to detail. Why should I say attention to detail? Because precision is very important. A small mistake done by an engineer can create a lot of blunder. So precision is very, very important, is what you should have in you. Next is the very important part, which I will be talking about, is the soft skills. So what you learn actually problem solving and creativity. Problem solving and creativity means, just now somebody was talking, some speaker was talking about out of the box thinking. That is what you have to inculcate in yourself. So solving a problem, thinking something which is different, all of that you have to learn. Teamwork and collaboration, very, very important. So because engineering is not something that can be done in silos. You work in projects, you work in a team. So therefore it is very important that you learn to work with team and collaborate with them. So And we always say that you learn to work with team. No, you learn to work with behavior. So that is one thing that you have to learn. Then communication. So it's very important that you learn to communicate. Communication is again a very big issue in most of the students across the sections, where I see that they're not able to present themselves or present their work to the people. So that is, so whether it is a verbal communication or a written communication or what kind of communication, they're not able to do that. So that is again one of the major issue. Then adaptability and continuous learning. Adaptability again, because every day you see recessions happening, people are looking for smarter people, people are looking for people who are more skilled. So you need to adapt with the changing scenarios, and you have to keep on continuously learning the new skill, right? Then leadership. Yes, you are all leaders from the very beginning. The moment you enter in an engineering college, you come in a you start, you have entered in a leadership way. Why do I say that? Because there are small groups, and you are representing those groups, and where you actually learn those skills of being a good leader, where you understand the other person. So leadership means that you understand the other person and assign task as required, as you think the capability or the potential of a person is. Curiosity is very, very important, because if you're not curious, you will not be able to innovate. So if you have to be very curious to learn every day, right, about yourself, about others, about different things that are happening in the community, all of that is very, very important. So what should be the mindset and approach? You have to be very pragmatic mindset. What is pragmatic? Basically, you have to be practical. So with the practical things, you have to also, you can say that I'm very practical, but then you're not submitting or giving the things in time, then it has no meaning. So there are deadlines that you have to follow. So you have to be very practical along with that, and follow the deadlines. Resourceful. You have to be very resourceful. Now, having resources is not important. So a lot of people think that I have bought everything, I've got all the resources. No. Instead of that, you have to be more resourceful, in the sense that if something has to be done, you have a good network, you have a good, your mind is working in such a way where you just call somebody and say, okay, this has to be done, or you can get it from that place. That kind of resourcefulness is very, very important, and you can see that is a representation, or that kind of trait in Dr. Chinmay Saha. He's very, very resourceful. Right. So then the next part is empathy, which I will be talking about in my presentation, which is very important, because you are a people person. You are working with machines, but you have a goal of giving solutions or providing solutions to your to the people, right? So you are providing solutions to people, right? So if there is empathy, so you have a lot of clients who are looking for a lot of solutions from you. So you should show empathy, and you're working in teams, so you need to show that empathy. Accountability is another trait or another mindset that you should have. You should not say, oh, I'm not responsible, this is not what I have to do. This is not my responsibility. No, if you are taking up any job, or if you are doing something, you have to take the responsibility of right and wrong of that particular thing. So that accountability is very, very important, because tomorrow when you are in a project, and even if you are responsible for a small segment in that project, it makes a lot of difference, because if you say this is not me who did it, it can create a lot of issue between people. Then very important is having a positive attitude in whatever circumstances that you have a very positive attitude towards life. Okay. So in all, what are those the world outside is expecting of you? The main characteristics is a unique combination of technical expertise, strong problem solving abilities, essential soft skills for effective collaboration, and a good human being who has empathy and is very kind. So this is what we are expecting after you complete your degree. So Okay, so what are the challenges that are faced by the engineering students? So looking at this picture, I think a lot of people can relate, can go back, and I'm sure everybody has watched this movie, Three Idiots. Yes. I'm really sorry, Arunya, I cannot interact with them, so I'm finding it a little difficult. But anyways, I hope everybody is listening to me. I hope everybody is there.
Yes.
Okay, so the challenges that are faced by most of the students are heavy workload, difficult concepts. Yes. So if anybody do not agree to me, can please raise your hands and let me know, because I think heavy workload, difficult concept, balancing extracurricular activities, time management is a problem, limited social life because you're too busy, because there is a lot of academic pressure, there is a lot of parental pressure, peer pressure, lack of diversity, right? Constraints, a lot of financial constraints are also there, right? So if you look at the three characters of the movie, so the kind of challenges they were facing were much more bigger than what you are facing right now, right? So if I look at the person now, they were the if I look at Rancho, what was his challenge? Clashing with authority. This was his challenge. Why? Because he was embodying his philosophy. He wanted to change the he wanted to change the system, right? He was not very happy with that. So there was a lot of clash that was happening with the authority, and you cannot actually, as an engineering student cannot clash with the authority, but he was taking that chance. And he was also living a double life, if you have seen Rancho. Then the second person is Farhan Qureshi was there, and he had a lot of challenge in terms of the weight of parental expectations. He had that weight on his head, and he was betraying his passion. He was fearful. He didn't have a courage to rebel. Then Raju Rastogi also had a problem. He has a lot of challenges in terms of financial constraints, pressure of providing to the family, and he was living in fear, right? So why does it actually happen? When it happens, why does it happen? With most of the students, it happens because we procrastinate, right? So I will do it. The idea of doing things tomorrow, I don't want to do it now, is what is procrastination. So when you don't do the things today, then it is a problem, right? Because it's, again, work pressures are there. Cognitive interference. What is cognitive interference? Basically is you are doing some one task. Okay, so when you do one task, supposing you are studying for 1 hour, okay, and then you are and then you come out and you said, oh, I did not study well, which means that there was a lot of cognitive interference to complete that one chapter in that 2 hours or 1 hour, which means that you have actually studied only for, say, 20 to 25 minutes, and other time you were either overthinking, or you were daydreaming, or you were scribbling or writing on your notebooks, or you were on phone or watching the reels or something like. So there was a lot of cognitive interference that was going on, because of which your tasks were not getting over. Then the third part is your emotional intelligence. So you have a very low emotional intelligence. You're not able to deal with your emotions, because of which you are cocooned yourself in one room. So therefore, you're not able to finish the tasks, or you're not able to achieve what you want to achieve. Interpersonal skills, very poor interpersonal skills can also lead to challenges and problems, because I don't interact, I do not vent out, I do not tell anything to anybody, I do not talk to people. I know this, but I don't want to tell it, I can't tell, I'm fearful. All of those kinds of things can be there in you, which can lead to these challenges. You're not able to make a decision, so decision making can be also one of the reasons, because of which, so you are in between right and wrong, whether this is right or wrong, whether I'm doing it perfect or not. In that, you are not taking decisions. It's important that you take decisions, whether it's right or wrong. It's important that you take decisions, and if it is wrong, you can always take a U-turn, but at least you have taken a decision, right? Public speaking, again, communication, you can't tell people what you have done, and then you have a very low self-esteem. Your confidence level is very low, because of which you're not able to, you face all these challenges. Okay, I think this is the wrong. Okay, so what do I do? What do I do? How can you help yourself? Well, who will help you to come out of all these problems, to face these challenges? It's in this actually. So what you will do? Who will help you? Is your parents will help you in that, or your teachers will help you in that, or your friends will help you in that? Who will help you in all of these is a question. No, this is the answer to your question. All the challenges you can solve with this brain. Okay, now what is brain? It is actually a very complex organ that controls thoughts, memory, emotion, touch, motor skills, vision, breathing, temperature, hunger, and every process that regulates our body. So from morning you wake up till the night, and after you sleep, all of that is taken control by the brain, and we actually ignore our brain, right? So all the answers to your problems and your challenges are in your brain. It is the main central nervous system that actually controls everything. Your fears, your anxieties, everything is controlled by this. So if you actually look at the brain structure, so how you think and how you feel, it is all commanded by your brain. I will not get into the structure. I'll just say there are two hemispheres, left and right, and both looks alike, but they function very differently. So left hemisphere functions differently, and right hemisphere functions very differently. So this is how the brain looks like. And so there are parts. So the biggest part is the cerebrum, then there is a brain stem and cerebellum. But I will not go into the structure of the brain. I will just talk about the functions of the brain. So if you split the brain, there is a left brain, there is a right brain, and left brain actually takes care of the analytical, orderly, linear, the logics that you make, good with numbers and language. So all your numbers and language happens in your left brain, right? So how you place everything in sequence, linearly, all of that is part of your left brain. And your right brain actually talks about, actually functions, does imaginative thinking, your emotional thinking, your intuitive, your gut feeling actually comes from your right brain. How creatively you think, that your out of the box thinkings are coming also from there. You're good with music and art, all of that comes from your right brain. Now the myth is that in engineers, usually they say that left brain is actually more dominant. Left brain is actually more dominant, but this is not true. It's actually a misconception. Both the brains actually work together. There's nothing that, so there is an integration between the left and the right brain, there is an integration. But yes, if you want to become a successful engineer, so if you have a balanced use of skills associated with both hemispheres, then probably you will be a very successful person. So we talk about emotional brain now. What is an emotional brain and how does it impact? So it impacts on academics. It has an impact on academic. And why do I say that? Because you have studied really, really well. Everything you have studied, you have done, for months you are studying, but then you're not able to perform better because you got an anxiety or an examination stress or something like that, where your emotional brain actually starts functioning more. So it has an impact on your academic. It has an impact on your professional development, because you're emotionally thinking, or you're emotionally doing things where you're not able to talk or present your things to people. That is where your emotional brain is actually functioning. So basically your overall well-being is completely dependent on your emotional brain. So when we say stress is there, or you are stressed, or you have anxiety, or you're not able to deal with certain things, it's your emotional brain that is more dominant. It's more active that time. So if your emotional abilities aren't in hand, if you don't have self-awareness, if you're not able to manage your distressing emotions, if you can't have empathy and have effective, sorry. So if you're basically not able to manage your emotions, you will not be able to achieve what you want to achieve in life, right? I think these are not coming full.
I think we can wait for a few minutes. Ma'am is facing some network issues. Hi, Apratim, are you there?
Yes, Via.
Yeah, ma'am has joined. Apratim, be prepared with the questions and answers. So we'll begin shortly after talk.
Yeah, I have compiled them.
Yeah.
Is it, can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Arun, are you audible?
Yes, sir.
Arun, are you audible?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
From desktop 𝐒𝐩𝐵.
Yes, ma'am. Arun, are you audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Okay, am I visible also?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, so if you actually compare the personality of the two, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes.
I'm not.
Is she audible? But your video is also visible now. Whatever she's speaking is okay.
I can't hear him.
Yes, sir, we can hear it.
Okay, so I'm audible, right? Okay.
You are audible, ma'am.
Okay, then we are continuing. Okay, I am on the phone. If anything is happening, let me know.
Okay, so if we compare the personality of the two, both were successful. Yes. So
Audible and visible. Continue.
okay, so Silencer was actually high strung. High strung means he used to get upset very fast. He used to get feel bad very fast. All of that was happening. Though he was very competitive, he was arrogant, he was ambitious, he was driven by insecurity and a fear of failure. But on the contrary, if you see the personality of Rancho, he was brilliant, very unconventional, wise, and a breath of fresh air in a rigid academic environment. The learning style of Silencer relies on machine learning and rote memorization, whereas Rancho focused on understanding concept deeply, challenging traditional methods, and exploring subjects passionately. The goal of Silencer were to succeed by outperforming others and securing good grades and placements, often using ruthless tactics. So he was using all those tactics, whereas Ranchor Das was actually he was learning for the sake of knowledge, not for competition or grades, promoting collaboration instead of rivalry. Silencer symbolizes, he represents the negative consequences of an education system that prioritizes grades and ranking out genuine understanding, whereas Rancho was embodying the pursuit of true learning and passion, assessing the system's flaws and inspiring others to find their own paths to success. But both of them were successful in their own ways, right? But if you see the key differences, motivation was a problem. Rancho is driven by passion for learning, while Chatur is driven by fear and the desire for external validation. Then approach to peer was a key difference. Rancho fosters collaboration and friendships, whereas Chatur sees his fellow students as competitors. Philosophy was also different. Rancho believes in understanding and innovation, while Chatur believes in confirming and memorizing. Right? So if I can hear you, Ashwin. So so the key difference which I feel can be emotional intelligence, which is different in both of them. And what is emotional intelligence? A collection of social and emotional abilities that together determine how we perceive and express ourselves, as well as how we can use emotional data in productive and meaningful ways. Stages of development in emotional intelligence. So what first we do is a person is introduced to a stimulus. So there is a stimulus that you get, you are introduced to that, okay, through which they are supposed to understand the emotional reference. So that is the emotional reference. Any stimulus, anything. Supposing a professor is announcing the result to you, that can be a stimulus to you. A friend is misbehaving with you, it can be a stimulus to you. Anything in any situation can be a stimulus to you, which is an emotional reference, which will actually trigger your emotion. So when a person is trying to understand emotion, now that is the time, that's the first stage when you actually try to understand your emotion. The second stage of emotion is mostly actually related to your brain, where it is actually perceiving the emotion and trying to understand or applying. He's understanding the pattern of and the attitude that relate to different emotions. So basically, second stage, you are understanding the pattern of it, and the third stage is when you actually apply or respond to that emotion. That's the last stage. So if I give you an example, so there is a stimulus. For example, you're watching a horror movie and a sudden jump scare occurs you. The physiological response, your heart rate will increase and your body experiences a fight or a flight response. Now, what is fight mode? Either your body will start facing it, or you will find a way to escape that, right? So that is what will happen. So that is the physiological response. Cognitive interpretation will be, you quickly assess the situation, realize it's a movie, and your brain interprets the physiological signs as a response to fear, right? So this is what will happen. And your emotion, you label the emotion. So what will you do? You will label it and you will say, oh, I got afraid, or this is a fear emotion that I have, understanding the emotional reference of the jump scare. right? So what is the role of a brain in that? So your emotional center of brain is actually the amygdala. It is actually the processing center for emotions. So your your brain actually evaluates the stimulus in the context of its potential impact on your goals and values, a process known as appraisal. So it is actually doing a lot of evaluation and appraisal, okay? And then with emotional intelligence, through the process of perceiving, so you perceive that, use understanding and manage emotions, you develop an emotional intelligence, basically how you will react or respond to that situation is what will happen, right? So what is emotional intelligence? An ability to understand and to regulate emotions in oneself and in others. So people who have high emotional intelligence is associated with more optimism. So you're very positive, greater impulse control, you have better mood, more empathetic perspective taking, more closeness and warmth in relationships, more persistent under frustrating circumstances and other similar outcomes. So the key components of emotional intelligence for engineers, very important, self-aware. So these are the 4 components that are there if you want to build your emotional intelligence or develop your emotional intelligence. First is your self-awareness, self-management, social awareness or empathy, relationship management, or social management. So what is self-awareness? Self-awareness means having a deep understanding of one's emotions, your own emotion, strengths, your weaknesses, your needs and drives. Most of the times people are not able to deal with other people or the situation is because they're not aware of their own responses. They're not aware of their own self, their own emotions, right? They don't know how they will react in that particular situation, right? So people with strong self-awareness are neither overly critical or unrealistically hopeful. So if you have a good, strong self-awareness, you will not criticize yourself all the time or too hopeful about certain things. They're honest with themselves and with others. They recognize how their feelings affect them and other people and their job performance, knows that tight deadlines bring out the worst in him, so he will plan his time carefully and get his work done well in advance. So if you have high EI or emotional quotient, then you're going to be like that. How can you actually recognize self-awareness? So the people, those who have in yourself, so they listen more than they talk. So people those who have self-awareness, they listen more than they talk. They are curious about their own minds. They look for emotional blind spots. They ask for feedback and take it well. So if they get a negative feedback, they will take it well. And they reflect on their values. Now, way to understand emotions precisely, very simple way I will tell you is broaden your emotional vocabulary. Very, very important because words actually matter. Now, most of the times in your class, if somebody, supposing there is a breakup with your girlfriend or with your wife or something, the immediate response for your friend will be, oh, he's depressed, right? So is depressed a word to be used for that time? Because you don't even know what is the intensity of that emotion. So the right word would be, he's sad, he's disappointed, he's not happy, he's, you have to really find out the right word for that particular situation. Depression is very clinical to use in the first go, right? So you have to be very careful with the words that you are using in any situation, because it makes a lot of difference in the head of a person. Supposing your father scolds you and you says that, oh, he's insane, ye to pagal hai, that kind of things you cannot be using, because you can say he's angry, he's not happy with me, all those kinds. People can be excited, but you cannot be using very strong words for simple circumstances or simple in a day-to-day life. So very important, consider the intensity of the emotion. What is the intensity? How? So sometimes we just tell people that you are so she's mad, she's angry. Maybe she's not angry, she's actually not comfortable in certain things, or she's not comfortable with any one word, that the husband has spoken, or that the teacher has spoken. So she's not angry, she's not happy, or she's not liking that thing. All right, so you have to be very, very careful with the, and you have to observe that in you, that what is the intensity of that emotion, and then you have to write it out. Please write it, because when you write it, you get a lot of answers to all your questions. So journaling is very, very important. So keep writing. You don't have to write pages, you just have to write it in a small chit and say, okay, this is how I'm feeling, and this is what my present emotion is, and it's all, it's done, right? So second component is self-regulation or management, which is actually biological impulse drive, because it's very biological. Self-regulation is very biological. But so what do? We actually talk to ourselves, and we tell that this is how we feel, this is how you have to keep talking. You have to talking to when you talk to yourself about that situation, you may you will be out of all that feelings, that negative feelings of yours. So why does self-regulation matter? So I think it's because you can create a more environment of trust and fairness. You can create an environment where no fighting is happening. You can have more talented people in that, because people will love to be in that group. And also, nobody wants to be called as hot-head, right? Nobody wants, nobody, I don't want people to call me that I'm a very angry woman or something like that. So 2 minutes. Oh, I have only 2 minutes is what I've been told. Okay, so okay, I'll just, how do you see regulation within you? So how do you see, so propensity for reflection of thoughtful. So you have an comfort with ambiguity and change. So whatever change is happening, you have to be comfortable with your emotions. And very important is empathy. And I've given just 2 minutes. I'm like really thinking. Okay. Consider what emerged, creating redundant jobs in all the called his people together and gave a gloomy speech that emphasized the number of people who would soon be fired. The manager of another division gave his people a different about this own worry and confusion, and he promised to keep people informed and to treat everyone fairly. What is the difference between the two managers? It was the empathy. The first manager was too worried about his own fate to consider the feeling of his anxiety, strike, and colleagues. The second knew intuitively what his people were feeling, and he acknowledged their fears with his words. So what is empathy? It is an ability to understand and share the feeling of. Last one is the social skill, which is very, very important. It is friendliness with a purpose. Moving higher, whether that's agreement or a new marketing strategy, is something is with a purpose, not some what the work has to be done, who can do what work. All that is known as relationship management or social skills. How do you recognize whether you are socially skilled? Socially skilled people are adept at managing teams. You are very skilled at managing teams, whatever type. So I always say, when you say managing teams, I say behavior. So you're able to manage behavior. They are expert persuaders. So you motivate other people, you help people to do a lot of things. So they are excellent collaborators. They can collaborate well. All right. So so why it matters for why emotional intelligence matters for engineering students, for academic performance, for professional readiness, effective design, for ethical decision making, and for resilience. It is very, very important. Okay, so how does biologic come into play? To get a high EQ, train your brain to think and act as a certain way. You have to make a conscious effort to train your brain to become more emotionally intelligent, because your brain is divided into your thoughts and actions are in two different parts of the brain, and you have to integrate those things. So that is when you will be more emotionally intelligent. How will you do that? practice mindfulness, celebrate your progress, seek feedback, practice empathy, healthy coping mechanisms like meditation, mindfulness, and all of that you can do. Challenge negative self-talk, emotional vocabulary. Challenge negative self-talk means whenever you get a negative thought, you have to stop it with a positive affirmation. Okay, so if you feel that you're feeling depressed, you say, no, I'm actually thinking about, or or I'm not depressed, I'm actually thinking about how to go about it. So I'm introspecting. Okay, so that kind of words that you can use. Active listening is very important, and journaling. So okay, so I was just trying to tell you, the last part is, if I have to compare the emotional intelligence of Rancho and Silencer, then you will see that Rancho has high emotional intelligence, and Silencer or Chatur had low intelligence. So because Rancho embodies a high level of EI through his empathy, social awareness, and self-motivation, while Chatur, Silencer, demonstrates a low level of EI, relying on insecurity, competition, and a lack of emotional understanding. Thank you. You're very bad. Very bad.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Up next, we'd like to invite Professor Anuradha Tomar. Professor Anuradha Tomar is Vice Chair for Students Activity Committee at IEEE India Council, and she's also the Associate Professor at Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose University of Technology, Delhi. She's a life member of ISTE, IETE, IEI, and IEAE-NG. So, Professor Tomar, we're eager to hear from you.
Yeah, Apratim. So thank you to all. Actually, Anuradha ma'am is facing some medical emergency at her site, so she is not able to join. So she had extended her heartfelt support to the entire event. So Apratim, we can move on to the Q&A, I think.
All right. So, if any of the attendees has any questions, our guest will answer them now. Okay, so I have compiled a couple of questions, so I'll be asking them now. So, so many students and professionals, they silently deal with burnout and self-doubt while striving for higher productivity or excellence. What are some early signs of these issues like burnout, and how can one address them before they escalate? Dr. Sujata Kedar, would you like to comment on this one?
Say again, Arunya.
Like many students and professionals, likewise, they silently deal with burnout and self-doubt while striving for higher productivity and excellence. What are some early signs of these issues so one can address them before they even escalate?
See, there are few things that I will tell you. One is, before you actually get into a problem, I think you should start working on yourself. That is what I feel. So how do you do that? For every day, if you can, so you should have one friend with you, at least one friend who can just, you can talk anything, everything with them. So without a filter. So nowadays everybody is having a filter. You have to talk to them to keep your mental health intact. Okay, so no judgments, nothing. And
members feel comfortable discussing mental fatigue and emotional stress?
Can you repeat the question?
All right, sir. Like, how can professional or academic communities like IEEE, I mean, you associate with both IST and IEEE, they can create safer, more open spaces where members feel comfortable discussing mental fatigue or emotional stress?
Okay. Very simple. Just network. Network, go for tea, go for coffee, take break, as Sujata Di told. And that's the best solution. And everybody.
And I also feel you can have a mentorship program, something like that in IEEE, where people can find one mentor and speak out what they want to if they're not open in talking in groups. So that is what you can do.
Take breaks, as Didi said, and read some literature also, because we are always reading only papers, technicals and all. Sometimes my daughter laughs at me. I start reading a storybook and she tells that you will read maximum 1 or 2 pages and then you will fall asleep. And I told, that's what I want. If I read, then mind is relaxed and I don't need any kind of tranquilizer or anything. So sometimes you have to be very light and you have to go to another domain, which is not your domain. Like I play badminton with my students sometime. Today I did not play. But while having the talk, I was, after my talk, I am having some small things. You see, this chanachur I am eating. Like that, you have to take it sometime little lightly, take breaks. And I have seen the exercise, walking. Sometimes I reach in the campus early and I take a walk across the campus, which is like 2 kilometers. So these are my way of the thing, and I have seen that this really helps. When you do some physical exercise, play badminton, play TT or something at your young age, you can do much more. It will really help your mental health. And those who are, I think Sujata Di and Ashutosh, they can talk about the yoga also, because I know they are doing on a regular basis. So that also is very helpful. I'm not good at that too much, but I also try. But then for me, some of the physical exercise is really helpful. I'm telling you, if you are stressed, go for a walk, go for a jogging. It will change your day completely. Sometimes you will feel, oh, how we can do it. But one day you take extra energy and do it. Out of your adrenaline you do, and you see that magic. That's the way I would suggest for the younger generations. Okay, so you can do in IEEE forum, work with leaders. One day you call Professor Ratha, Professor Sahu, and make a small banner and walk 5 kilometers with all of them. You want to do in IEEE forum, you call it work with IEEE leaders, or you make a young professional session, which is not a technical session, but this kind of socialization, networking. And after the morning walk is over, you go to a restaurant, just have breakfast and close the meeting. So this kind of unconventional thing also, we give support. So use some of the money for this kind of fun and this kind of, ice-breaking kind of session. So this is my advice. Hopefully it works, and it has worked for me, I have seen. Okay, we did a project with Gautam Chattopadhyay was there in Kerala. So I told that our student volunteers want to interact, but after the talk, you will be flooded with so many questions. So let's have an informal session so that all the youngsters can talk to you. Then he said, what can we do? I said, let's walk in the morning with you and all the students will join. And we had a 5 kilometer walk, and the event was named, it was the name given by me, Walk with Legends. So Gautam Chattopadhyay, Professor B.S. Manoj, Chinmay Saha, these people are walking, and almost 30-40 students are there. We are taking informal break and we are discussing a lot of things. So you just come out in your own way. You go to a forest, or you can go to your temple, that Konark Sun Temple is there. You can take a break and you can do a lot of things. Okay, I won't make it very longer. In summary, take break, have fun, take coffee break, tea break, and so on, play badminton, TT, and so on, and also take some informal type of events under IEEE platform. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, one of our attendees, Priya Rahul, has asked a question for Dr. Sujata. Okay, so this one is a long question. Okay. Many women choose to take a professional break after motherhood, not because they lack ambition, but because they take on greater family responsibilities during that phase. It is a responsible and personal decision. However, when they wish to return to work, society and even employers often see this gap as a setback rather than a period of personal growth, multitasking, or emotional resilience. Sometimes it's due to family expectations, lack of childcare support, or workplace inflexibility. What do you think a career break due to motherhood is? Why do you think that a career break due to motherhood is still viewed as a sign of lagging behind or loss of potential? And how can we as a society and as professionals shift this mindset to value the strength, adaptability, and experience women gain during this phase rather than judging them for the gap?
Okay, great. A very good question, actually. What's the name of the person who's asking this question?
Priya Rahul.
Priya. So, Priya, very good question. So the thing is, you have to, there are a lot of things on a woman's head, right? And we have to take it. That is a responsibility that we, as a being a woman, we have to take that, and we have to do that. What people are thinking about it is nothing. We don't have to worry about that, because even if you are in a job and you are not taking a gap, they are going to speak something about it. So that you should not be worried about. So the gaps are okay if you're taking it, but how do you come back to that job again, and how do you really make a place in that world is a question. So what I suggest to most of my clients is that you start with volunteering. Okay, because when you take a gap, there is a drop in your confidence, there is a drop in your self-esteem, there is a drop in, you start feeling that I'm not at par with somebody in your field or like that. So what you can do, you start volunteering, you start meeting people, you start taking initiatives and build your confidence. So your focus should be on building your confidence, and then coming to the level start. So you have to start a step not at the same level, but a step below that, and then you can reach to again the same heights. That is what you can do. And I don't think anybody can stop you if you really work hard. And all of us, even men for that matter, they have to work hard to reach to that level. But if you get a support from your family, your husband, your children, and your extended family, I think that is what you can ask for. I think anything else that you want to know?
No, ma'am. Actually, we have another question from one of our attendees. He's asking how professional misunderstandings can be tolerated irrespective of our hard work.
You don't have to tolerate, you have to ignore. I don't think you have to tolerate people. You don't need to tolerate them, just ignore them. So we always say, Om ignorae namaha. That is what you have to do, because sometimes you try to deal with it and we say communicate, and there are people we cannot really communicate with. That also happens, but we say then you ignore them. And the only way is if you build your emotional resilience, if you build that in you, where you can just see through people, so it should not affect you. That is what is the so if you're not tolerating it, then that doesn't mean that it should not also affect you. So in silence also, if you're getting affected by all of that, then it is a problem. So work on your brain, so work on your mind. So so do a lot of meditations, do a lot of deep breathing exercises, and you will be able to manage your emotions, and that person will not even be visible to you, even if he is in front of you. So it's again, I say, you have to train your brain.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. We have a question for Dr. Ashutosh Kedar. Is he available?
Yeah, he's here.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. So for people juggling multiple commitments, what would you advise them? Like, people are juggling academics, volunteering, work, relationships. How would they maintain mental balance without feeling guilty for setting boundaries?
See, if you are handling multiple jobs, that itself is a commendable thing. So you need not feel guilty at all because you're doing something which only few percentage of the whole world are doing. Correct? Nobody can be multitasking like you people are doing. I've seen you kids doing your studies, doing volunteering at IEEE, being active, organizing talks, and also this itself is very commendable job. So there's nothing like perfect, good, better, best. It's already best. So whatever you do with your full commitment and be happy about it. Enjoy it. If you're enjoying, that is the best thing to counter all this multitasking. Okay.
I can make a point here.
Yeah.
Since you're talking about guilt, and I'm sure you're talking about relationships, and so you're working and commitment with people, your parents, and all of that. So in a day, if you can just give 15 minutes or 20 minutes of quality time, just talk to people, whatever commitments that you have. So you do your job that is there. So you have a 24 hours time. Okay, so you have few important people in your life. Give them 15 to 20 minutes, talk to them, tell them that you are going through this and you're doing this big job and this is a very responsible job. You tell that person, you make that person understand what are you doing. You're actually making a bond between the two of you. So whether it's your parents, whether it's your brother, sister, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever. So you're trying to build that. So that is what you have to do. The problem with all of the kids nowadays is that you don't talk. You don't tell. You assume that people will understand you. No. Parents should understand you. No. You have to tell them that, Mama, I'm going through this. I'm doing this. I'm very busy. I can't talk to you right now. Give me 3-4 days. I'll finish this task and I'll get back to you. Right? So this is what you have to do. Please make an effort to talk to them.
Thank you so much for answering our questions, ma'am. Okay. So now we'll proceeding towards the end. So we'll just invite Dr. Chinmay Kumar Panigrahi to deliver a valedictory address. Dr. Panigrahi is Director of School of Electrical Engineering at KIIT deemed to be university. He is also serving as the Vice Chair for IEEE Bhubaneswar Section and Chair of IEEE PES Bhubaneswar Chapter. Apart from that, he is also Branch Counselor for IEEE KIIT Student Branch Chapter. So very eager to hear from you, sir.
So am I audible, Aranya and other?
Yes, sir. You are audible. You are audible.
Yes. So thank you, all the resource person. Today they have actually given a very good platform. They have motivated all the youngsters being a IEEE day. So during IEEE, all the speakers are excellent in their own field, particularly Chinmay sir. My name is also Chinmay sir. Chinmay sir is also there. So I am just adding just 2-3 points for the students community. 6 mantras, because we all are here for a common goal, that is how to make a effective networking. So I have listened to all the Madam Sujata, Madam, all the speakers. They have made very nice presentation, and all the slides are very much informative. Brain, how the brain is divided into two. All the things are very, very curious, and it is a very learning platform to me also. For the students community, I am saying how to make I'm adding some 6 points, 6 mantras. Number 1 is show up and speak up. That is, be present, be vocal. Attend the IEEE events. It may be local, it may be regional, it may be global, anywhere. Ask question during question hour sessions. Share your ideas during discussion. That is, in nutshell, I can say first point. Visibility is the first step to opportunity. Then second point, lead to connect and connect to lead. Take initiative to lead activities. In nutshell, leadership accelerates your network. Just I'm adding which points, additional point, because all the points are valid points what these speakers have told. Number 3, engage beyond the event. That means the real networking starts after the handshake. Number 4, give before you gain. That is, be the person others want to work with. Think global. Number 5, think global, act local. Use IEEE global reach and local access platform. Your next collaborator might be on the other side of the world. Believe me, students, all these students who are present, you are getting a lot very good platform, that is very professional platform, where the very intelligent, very much high experienced persons, it may be academician, it may be industry person, you are making connected very nicely within no time. And it is not, it never, and number 6 is very important. Stay curious and stay consistent. Be genuinely interested and consistent. Don't network only when you need something. Build a relationship slowly over time by staying active, learning, and being involved. With this, I am very much happy. All the members, particularly at this time, 31 people are present, minus we 5. Sudhakar sir is there, like that. Around 27 students members are present. I appreciate the concern, but they have made a very nice talk during IEEE Day, that is 7th October 2025. Thanks to Aranya and his team, all the students community who are there, Apartim, Srivastav, all the members who are present here. It's a big thanks. Please have a big hand for all the students community. With this, with this again, I wish, because we are Madam Sujata Madam, all the Madam research members who are present here. Madam, we are celebrating IEEE Day in KIIT campus from 11th October to 16th October in a very big way. We are inviting spiritual people, industry people. We are targeting around 50 industry people who will be connected in virtual or it may be physical. And all the students, volunteers in KIIT University, they are working very hard. Please have a big hand for the students community also. Salute to them. So this is very, very important. Thank you. Over to our students, please.
Now I'd like to invite Professor Sudhakar Sahu. He's the chair for IEEE AP MTT-S Bhubaneswar chapter.
Thank you so much. At first, I'm giving big thank to Mr. Arun Paul and his team like Apratim Srivastav give me the opportunity and nicely arrange that IEEE Day celebration. And the most important attraction of this IEEE Day celebration is about Sujata Madam. She had delivered nicely and motivated to us, how to develop the human behavior. Very interesting also, and also with the good interaction among the student and also all our faculty member. And also equally you get the information about IEEE SIGHT clearly explained by our Professor 𝐒𝐻𝐥𝐿, Professor Jawad Siddiqui, and once again thanks to them also because of their kind presence and to become successful of this IEEE Day celebration. At last, I also thanks to our Director of Electrical Engineering and the Chair of IEEE Student Branch and also Vice Chair of IEEE Bhubaneswar Section, Professor 𝐶𝐻𝐥𝐿 sir. And whether you see any activity in Bhubaneswar Section which is possible and successful because of our 𝐶𝐻𝐿 sir. Once again, thanks, and from all our side, a big round of applause to 𝐶𝐻𝐿 sir. Again, also once again, thanks to our Jawad Siddiqui sir.
Thank you very much.
For giving us, for enlightening us about the detail about IEEE SIGHT related to MTT and antenna power society. And at last, I also thanks to Ashutosh Kedar sir because of his tremendous work and activity, which is actually contribute to IEEE. And also, you are also so much thanked that I see
I would
and
like to
I attend
thank the organizers of the scene too.
Right. Actually, the most important motivation of the talk which will obtain from the Madam Sujata Madam, and which is also possible because of the Arunya. Once again, thanks Arunya for your kind motivation and bring this activity to in a big way to IEEE Bhubaneswar section. Once again, thanks all of you. Thanks, sir. Namaskar.
I think Jawad wants to say something.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to thank the organizer for for this event, for organizing this event, for the invitation. But at the same time, what I started saying that I like the theme of this workshop, human development, mental well-being, and women empowerment. And thanks to Sujata for her enlightening talk, because emotional intelligence has also been a very, very interesting subject for me too. I've been reading through documents, and connecting that to technology would really benefit humanity. And I believe understanding emotional intelligence, we know about IQ, but EQ is such an important parameter for like for any human resources, HRD, for development and for understanding. I believe it's a very important factor for us to understand. It's a very important question for us to understand, and it should be propagated well within the community. It benefits everybody. Even mental well-being is such an important factor. I'm glad that we had Sujata Kedar to give this talk, and I really enjoyed the talk. And I'd like to talk more about you on this topic when I meet.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's a very important topic which we should give more attention nowadays.
I think it's not only for the HRD. I think
yes, I read the
yeah.
Exactly. Even for students, I read the whole Sujata, I read the whole DSM-5 manual, and everything is documented, and it's so important to know, like all the factors and all the.
That's why 45 minutes was quite less for me, so I couldn't. I had to really rush through all of. I mean.
By the way, I'm sure you know about this. Schizophrenia is related to pollution.
Oh yeah. I really didn't know that.
Sujata madam, actually what Siddiqui sir told na, that is a very good. I learned so many things from your talk today about brain, how the brain is functioning, because always because that is the master of things of the human body. You have demonstrated very nicely, madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
In technology, we talk about the. Yeah, like we talk about BCI, brain computer interface, but this, mental well-being is so much. It's a factor which is already wrapped. We don't talk about mental issues, but it's already always wrapped under the carpet. But it's so important to really talk about it and create awareness. That's the most important factor.
I think it's more than creating an awareness about the issue. It's important to tell them how to deal with it.
Exactly.
Focusing on the problems rather than the solutions. So I feel it is very important that we teach them and tell them, make aware about those things.
Exactly. More so in at home, in workplaces, different factors, different environments play different roles.
Madam, I have a small request to you. If you will share, Aranya, are you there? Aranya, if you will share your slide, because all good things are there.
I will share, sir, for sure.
Please share, madam. Because what is my 34 years of experience in teaching, so now every time we are facing lots of challenge for the students community.
Yes, sir.
Because two things are very much important missing with the students now, because they have no patience, number one. Number two, they have lots of expectation. That means today they are getting 4 lakhs, their expectation is why not 3 lakhs? Again, their anxiety like that. Because these things should be very much essential for the student. That's why I am requesting you, people share those slides. So because these slides I will show to my students in the classroom, you have to understand how the students, how the human brain is functioning. Don't give lots of pressure to your brain. Siddiqui sir, is it right or wrong?
Yes, it's absolutely right, because I have taught students in India, in Calcutta, as well as in Canada. And I can see in the last 20 years how the attention span is really reducing.
It's becoming very short. And with the reel, now the attention span is known as the reel span. Okay, so
Right. It's
so it's very like 3 seconds. The amount of time the reels are running. So we
yeah,
have that
and
kind of attention span.
exactly,
So
and that's why
scrolling,
the you
scrolling, and scrolling. That's like
that's why
True,
you
true,
get
true.
these YouTube shorts, and shorts are coming. They are more effective than long videos.
children are
Even
getting bored with that. Children can't watch a 3-hour movie or a 1.5-hour movie because they are just running
So,
faster and watching
in
it.
a shortcut, that is the only worriness from my side. How to save the young minds? That is the
yeah,
only that, because
I
I have seen now. But even if classroom also, they are just disturb themselves. After 5 minutes, they are just their mind is out, totally out. Yeah, physically they are
Actually,
present.
actually, I feel that it's important that we train the teachers first in India, and then we train the students. I think it is very important. So it's also the
exactly.
mentality of the teacher, and then we should actually focus on the children.
Exactly. You've hit it on the nail on the head, because we need to have teachers who would
So,
understand these factors and then propagate to the students.
Yeah.
yes, another thing is also, madam, I want to highlight one small point.
Yes, sir.
Students are now very, very intelligent. Their
Yes,
expectation in the classroom, they want to do something. What
yes,
you are saying, that is also right. We have to connect, because I did my graduation in the year 1990. Now I am dealing with the 2025. This year I am dealing with the young minds. So I have to update. I should not think that what I understood during my student life, it's not be applicable now,
yes, sir.
because students have lots of
So
resources.
you have to upgrade yourself. The teachers need to
Correct,
upskill themselves to actually
correct, correct, correct.
deal with the smarter kids now, the next generation.
Very
To
challenging, Siddiq sir,
understand the
very
psyche
challenging.
is important. To understand the psyche of this generation is very important, and we have to calibrate ourselves, our response accordingly.
Correct,
Yes, true.
correct, correct.
And it is a problem of every generation. So nothing,
Yeah.
I mean, difficult for us.
Now, madam, what is my feeling for last 10 years? I'm just my experience I'm sharing. There is a large gap between the students and teacher. You may be a good researcher, you may be good economist, but the students has no time to listen to.
So because technology is evolving, no, instead of humans.
Very
and
difficult.
distractions.
Yeah,
There are
Correct.
too
because
many
of the
distractions
technology.
now than
Now
we
you
had 10
see
years.
ChatGPT is coming, AI is coming,
Yes,
YouTube
sir.
is coming, lots of
Yes.
resources are coming. Why students will
But
listen
we
to
can
us?
train our brains, not an issue, sir. It's not difficult. We can actually train our brains, and we can train the brains of the students also to work in a right way. It's not difficult. It's just time consuming. We have to spend a lot of time, and we have to see what happens is we always say this is not right to the students. We never say what is right. So it is important that as a teacher, we tell a student what is right instead of saying you are doing wrong, you are doing wrong, you are doing, and he's clueless what to do. So that is an issue.
But anyway, it was a very enlightening talk, and I really like to, I'll connect with you when I meet in MapCon, because I really want to
Sure, sure.
quantify that. If there is a correlation, and I want to quantify that between schizophrenia and air pollution.
I really have to study that. I don't really
Yeah,
have.
but that's
Actually, our discussion, all the students are listening and they are just thinking, yes, this how we are discussing for their mind.
Yes, for them, yes, for sure.
Aranya, please say.
Thank you. Thank you
Yes,
so much. It was such a
Thank,
great discussion.
thank you, Dr. Siddiqui.
Aranya, on mute, yes.
yes. So thank you all for the wonderful talk. I would like to thank all the speakers. They readily accepted my invitation in just a span of a week. I thought of this workshop just 2 to 3 weeks back, and then we all walked up, the entire IEEE team at KIT, and Bhubaneswar section, and to all the speakers. They are so big shots. They all accepted at once, and today we have a great meeting. Thank you to Upper team who handled it so well, and to all the people at the back. Himatri, Chiranjit is there. We have Pratham, Paramjit, Trisha, Mr. Ravindu, the student chair, all of them. So thank you all. Thank you for the wonderful talk.
Special thanks
Thank
to
you so much.
Aranya and his team.
Namaste.